Hey YouTube, Jason here with DayTradingFearless, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and as always, let's jump right into the content. So yesterday I did a video on Fibonacci retracements. This video is actually going to be on how to find Fibonacci extensions. I've been getting a lot of questions about using Fibonacci's retracements and extensions, how I do it, and how I find the levels to start to draw them, okay, and kind of trade ideas of how to do all this. So first thing you want to do is go to the Fibonacci extensions. If you want to know how to get this on the up on your toolbar right here, just click on this little wheel, go in My Tools, make sure it's on each chart, and then you could pin it here. You could kind of customize whatever you want. So it's just easy if I want retracements, trend lines, channels, anything like that. So today we're talking about Fibonacci extensions. How do I find them? Well, first what I want to do is I want to identify levels of potential support or resistance, right? So right here we see a shoulder, head, shoulder, right? Inverse head and shoulders potentially, right? So kind of it's a little slanted here, right? You could say this or this is a shoulder, the other shoulder, and then the head, right? Here we also see another shoulder, head, right shoulder, okay, and our necklines right here. So multiple ways. Also, you can also say, hey, we have a channel right here. So it's actually not a head and shoulders, but more of a channel. If we fail from here, how where would be the targets or ways to trade this? So we'll just work off these three things really quick, okay? Okay, so let's draw our fibs, right? So right here, we're going to draw our Fibonacci extension. I'm just going to use the highest high and the lowest lows. You could see all this traded within this range. So we're going to go from this high, okay, all the way down to this low, and then I draw them all the way back up. I want a 100% retracement, right? So as we could see, we have the 127.2, the 1618, and the 200, okay? Now, as this falls, I look at it as you have a 75% chance of a bounce, an 85%, and then a 95% chance. And look at this. We kind of blew right through this one, consolidated, and then came right down to our 200 and then bounced up. And look at where the bounce was, right back to the 127. Okay, now a way you could trade this is if you're short, you could get short below this right here, and maybe this is target 1, target 2, and target 3. Okay, if you're trading the pattern. If you're looking to maybe look for bounces, as we come here, you could say, hey, let me enter a position here for a bounce. If you get the bounce, you're good. If not, add to the position down here, and then start to scale out on the bounce up. So that's one way of trading this type of pattern, right? And as you could see, we came right down. This is my golden ratio where I'm like, hey, this is probably your highest probability of a bounce. It's one of my favorite trades versus these, but this just happened not to work, right? It blew right through the 127, 168, but then it found the buyers at the 200. So let's now erase that, right? And now let's look at this pattern, okay? Again, I'm going to look for the highest peak to the lowest, and all this is traded inside here, okay? You can also maybe go off this high if you want, but let's for this go from that high to that low. So from the low all the way back down, and these are our levels again, okay? So as we could see, we kind of we came up short here, blew through here, but then came right to the 161 and had the pullback. overshot, pulled back, came all the way back down, and then we kind of tried to get back up here, and we rolled over. And then look at this. Look at how we blew through here, but on the way back down, it found support, just like this prior one, right, where we had that, and on the bounce back up, it came right to a support level of the 127. So you could see blew through here, but if you got short there, got short here, you kind of rode it, right? And then it came all the way down, break even on this trade, and you made money on this trade. Again, these are just ideas of how to trade these. Now, let's erase this, and let's see if we just went from this low to this high, which is the right shoulder, okay, which is the lower, and let's see what the levels came. Look at this, right to the 127, pull back. Right to the 618, we had a small little pullback, but again, who knows how big the pullback is, but it touched and it had a pullback. And then right to the 200, and then look at that, pulls right back down to this, okay, to the 1618, overshot a little bit, and then started to fall. So that trade, you had multiple winners on that trade too. If you took that trade, sometimes you got to look at the bigger picture of these trades and kind of understand you're going to take some heat, some pain, but they do pay well. So here's our final trade that I want to look at. Okay, high to low, all this is traded in, and let's kind of zoom in and look at this. Let's grab our fib, go to the highest peak, which is right here, all the way to the lowest peak, which would be right here, and then all the way back up. And just like magic, look at this, right? We kind of bounced, fail, right? So if you got short, you could say, hey, here's target one. Or if you want to sit on your hands and look for a long, you could say, hey, let me get long here for a potential bounce. Took a little heat, right? And then here comes the bounce. Winner, winner, chicken dinner, right? So maybe you get long here, long here, long here, but this could keep going up higher. And then guess what? Maybe you use old support as new resistance, and that would be your target. Again, multiple ways to trade this. But overall, I would still be looking for this 200 for the end of this if it happens to be a buyer. Also, if we zoom out, let's now incorporate what we just did, right, of this pattern with a fib retracement from this low all the way up to this high, and let's see if we get confluence anywhere, meaning do we get multiple things lining up somewhere. A little bit, not much. I would rather see this overlay this, but if I draw it from here all the way up, okay, well, look at this. Even though I don't get any of the confluence here with these fib extensions, I actually do get them. I got the 50% and the 38.2% all right here. So if we got down to this level, which was also the breakout of this move, potential consolidation right here, old resistance becomes new support. And also if I look to the left of the chart, oh, look at that. Remember our first drawing? It is also a potential support level. Okay, bounce, bounce. Old support becomes new resistance, pullback on the way back down. We might have another buy area down here. So these are just different ways to look at price action, market structure, how to incorporate your fib extensions, also with potential Fibonacci retracements, okay? These are more for potential swing trades or longer term trades, right, where you're looking for bigger moves. So something like this is taking a few days to play out. So this probably 2892 level might actually take a couple days to play out. And by the time you're watching this, because it'll probably be a couple days in the future, you could kind of now go back and look at your chart to see exactly how this thing played out, if you would have kind of been able to make money. And look at this confluence, right? The 50 with the 1618 just from these things too, or sorry, from a low to high of these. So again, these are good examples of how to trade the Fibonacci extensions. And as always, thank you for watching. Until next time, we'll talk to you soon.